Hey everybody, it's Eric from the Mature Minded Gamers. Today we're breaking down the heavy class in Gears Tactics. This is your standard heavy, and they have 4 different skill trees you can branch into. First though, let's head back one notch here, and we're going to actually look at the gun that your heavies can have. Here you go. It is the Mulcher. This is the mini gun type gun in this game. Obviously high damage. Low accuracy, just pretty standard for miniguns. This one does not have any kind of a specialty, so that is what this gun does, and you can have all the upgrades that all the other guns have, cosmetic wise as well. But let's check out the most important part of the heavy class, the skill tree. So to do that, we're going to go in here. You have 4 options: Specialist, Demolitionist, Artillery, or Defender. As you can see, I've already made this one more into the Specialist standard type of heavy. So let's cover it first. Your start out is your Anchor passive skill. When this unit shoots, it gets 1 stack of the Anchored status effect to a maximum of 3 stacks. Units with the Anchor get a 10% accuracy and 15% damage per stack. Unit loses Anchored if they move. So this is not to be confused with the Vanguard class, which has something called Hunker Down, which is kind of similar, but a little bit different. So anyways, I don't want to get too far off track here. We're going to go back. That's a really good skill. It's a lot like Hunker Down, but it's actually, in my opinion, a little bit better because it gives you more accuracy and damage per stack, which is kind of nice. And then up here, you can actually upgrade it, Anchored Down, up to level... I'm sorry, you're wrong. Level 2 is the max you can go in Anchored. And it's really easy to obtain, which is just right there. So Anchored starts here, and then the second one's actually Anchored, which increases your maximum Anchored stacks of up to 5. So sorry about that. And then when you go up here, you can see you get the Redeploy. This unit gets 3 actions. This unit cannot shoot this turn. When this unit moves, it does not lose Anchored. I thought this was going to be a really cool skill, and it has its uses, but it's not as good as I thought. Not being able to shoot makes it super hard to use your 3 actions unless you're trying to travel. So that's when it's useful, when you're trying to move around the map and get into position. Next up you have is Fury. When missing or landing a partial hit with shot ability, shoot the target again. I've actually had this trigger a couple times and it works really well. You do get partial hits quite often in this game, and so I've had it actually take out a couple enemies, which is kind of nice. Payback, this unit gets 15% crit hit after taking damage. It's okay. This is a refreshing reload. It's passive skill. Reloading reduces all ability and skill cooldowns by 1. This effect triggers only once per turn. Not a bad skill. Not one of my favorites. I don't know if I'm going to spend the point on it or not yet. Up here you have Preparation. It's a passive skill. This unit gets a 35% chance to gain a stack of Anchored at the beginning of your turn. So that goes hand in hand with the Anchored getting up to 5 stacks. I really like that, being able to stack that. That's kind of why I went up with this tree. Redeploy level 2 here has a cooldown reduced by 1. And over here you have Streak. Passive skill. On a kill, gain 1 stack of Streak status effect. When reaching 5 stacks of Streak, this unit gains 1 action and loses all stacks. Not really that great. I was, like I said, more interested in beefing up Preparation and making this guy my Anchored stay in place tank that just annihilates everybody. And take some damage along the way. So going down to Artillery though, I did like the Artillery class too. You have Heat Up. You gain 25% damage this turn. This effect stacks every time this unit shoots. You regain 1 action. Strategic Position, when this unit takes a shot at a target that are not in cover or flanked by this unit, the shot gets a 15% crit chance bonus. That doesn't happen very often. Not really a fan of that skill either. Reckless Shot, shoot with a 50% hit chance bonus. Nice little bonus to crit hitting. Shoot with a 40% crit right there, so this is just the leveled up version. Over here you have Ultra Shot. Shoot, continue shooting until your mag is empty or the target dies. Cannot target bosses. 8 turn cooldown on this one, but that is an instant kill pretty much. Unless you are A, low on ammo, or 2, fighting a boss, because it doesn't work on a boss. Really good skill, I liked it a lot. Heat Up was the level 2 version there. And Embers, which is a passive skill, 20% chance to become heated up at the beginning of your turn while the Heat Up skill is on cooldown. So if you went with the cooldown, you can really stack up Heat Up. I really liked our Artillery tree, and I may actually branch down and go into there with my skill points instead of going in one of these others. But let's cover the Demolition one next. This one gets Explosive Shot. If the shot kills the target, it explodes and deals 300 damage to all units in a 4-meter radius. Really a lot of potential, but hard to execute. Healing Anchor. When ending its turn anchored, this unit heals for 20% of its maximum health. So this is where I'm definitely going to go right here. I already had it planned. I'm spending my skill points and coming here and getting that because I've already heavily invested in Anchor over here, and that is the buff on top of that. Over here you have Dig In. Allies with 8 meters gain a 15% accuracy this turn. Potency. This unit's explosive damage is increased by 25%. You got Explosion Shot level 2 right there. Boom Grenade. Frag grenades, and I love frag grenades in this game, by the way. They damage this unit, and it also applies the Shell Shock status. Units with Shell Shock get a negative 20% accuracy and 50% movement range for this turn. Then you move up here, and you get the Opportunist. Passive skill, when this unit kills or downs an enemy, its frag grenade and explosive shot cooldowns are reduced by 1. I love getting frag grenades, like I said just a second ago. I love this skill right here. It's one of my favorite cooldown reducers because the rest of them sound great, but the frag is fantastic. Allies within 8 meters gain 25% accuracy this turn. It's an alright dig in is. It fits good with Hunker Down as long as you're keeping everybody in one area. Next up, and finally for the Demolitionist, Shoot Explosive Shot. If the shot kills the target, it explodes and deals 500 damage to all units in a 5-meter range. Again, super powerful if you get an enemies grouped up, hard to execute. Alright, and finally for the heavy, we have the Defender class. I like this class a lot too. You start out with At the Ready, which is the passive skill. When this unit enters Overwatch, reduce the cooldown of all of its skills by 1. Again, I love the Overwatch skill, so I like it a lot. The next one is Suppressing Fire. Shoot the target, and enemies within 4 meters get the Suppressed status effect until the end of their next turn. Units with Suppressed are interrupted and cannot move. Bosses cannot be suppressed. I like this idea. It's not as effective as you think, though. I wouldn't think. Again, it's hard to get enemies that close together, and it's just not going to be that great of a move when you could just take a shot at them and potentially kill them in 1 to 2 turns anyways. So next up you have Quick Overwatch. When the unit uses the Overwatch ability, it gains 1 action. Like that ability a lot right there. Counter Push, passive skill. When this unit downs or kills an enemy with an Overwatch shot, it gets a +3 of movement range on its next turn. This effect does not stack. I like that skill too, however it's another one where it depends on the type of heavy you're wanting to make. If you want to make a run and gun type heavy class, this is the way you want to go, getting that one. But I like the Anchor idea better, so that skill wouldn't really affect my guy much. Down here at the bottom, you have Slayer, passive skill. This unit's Overwatch shot deals 50% damage. Woo! Plus 50% damage, excuse me. That is awesome. Like I said, love Overwatch. That's a passive skill, no cooldowns, it's constant. That is a fantastic skill right there. Suppressing Fire level 2 right there, and then Suppressing Fire level 3 there. And that kind of kills this class for me, having these as the last ones, because I said I'm not a big fan of Suppressing Fire. But man, that Slayer skill is sick. Alright everybody, that is the heavy class broke down for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked this, please let me know and I'll do some more content. I'm really enjoying Gears Tactics a lot. So do me a favor though and hit that follow and like button, and most importantly, have yourself a great day.